This is Leah Homa on the uneven bars.
This is one of Leah's best events. Actually, she just had a slight miss right there. It's a 0.5 deduction, but she was getting set for a very important element. Front giant, super high Jaeger, misjudged the move, and obviously well away from the bar.
She obviously really got thrown off just by that earlier miss, that she lost all her rhythm.
Well, actually, she has a chance to compose herself again. She has about 20 seconds before she has to remount the bar, so she will pick the routine right back up where she left it off. Giant swing, giant to a full turn, into her double tuck dismount. A little bit low on the landing. It's an unfortunate miss because she really is a world-class bar worker.
Tough time for Leah Homa and a tough time for her father, Ken Homa.
You've got to take your time, you've got to prepare. You can't let them dictate the speed that you react.
There's still plenty of action ahead as our coverage of Elite Canada 90 continues from Seneca College in Toronto.
Oh, we have bad days, we have bad moments, but we try to keep on and go to bed and sleep, and after it's okay, everything's come back okay. Yeah.
Welcome back to Seneca College and Elite Canada 90. I'm Michael Landsberg along with Alfie Schlegel. Alfie, there's a face that I'm sure you must be very familiar with.
That's right, Michael. That's Slava Korn, and she's one busy lady these days.
Slava Korn is the chairperson of physical education at Seneca College. She oversees the many programs from hockey to selecting equipment for the brand new health club. But for the past 30 years, Slava's first love has been gymnastics. And recently, she was elected president of the Canadian Gymnastics Federation. So yes, it's safe to say that Slava's days are full.
It certainly squeezed an awful lot of my time. The college has been very good about releasing employees for specific assignments and these kind of responsibilities that are around their jobs. It's something that I have done for almost all my life, and at this time it's been very, very busy because we had numerous projects that were underway and they need to be finalized, but I hope it settles down, and we certainly have an excellent staff in the Canadian Gymnastics Federation office in Ottawa, so it'll come along.
Although Slava is not directly involved with this year's Elite 90, she will be lending a hand in hoping this competition will signal a bright future for Canadian gymnastics.
After 1989, we were ecstatic that we were in 6th place in the world. And the coaches and the athletes have worked very hard, and we're certainly on a path in order to maintain that kind of standing for the 1991 World Championships.
To the beam we go for 18-year-old Lori Strong.
Lori has a very controlled mount. She'll do a press up, turn a handstand, but it's quite original too. She'll add a little hop. She's become quite a great beam competitor. I've watched her develop over the years, and she's very consistent on this apparatus. She's getting set for a big tumbling move. Back handspring, back layout, to a back handspring down low on the bounce move, just a little bit off center. Fulfilling her requirements, working down low on the balance beam. And there's that full turn, very well performed. Now, the judges are looking for good amplitude on these jumps, like the jump combination 2 switch leaps. She's looking very comfortable with her routine, doing an excellent job, and this is her dismount. Round off to a double tuck, good landing, very confident, sure of herself.
She really stuck it. That's Lori Strong with a nice performance on the balance beam. This is Koyuki Oka. Just a tiny competitor, but a real dynamo, and her chance on the beam. Is this one of her better exercises?
Actually, this is an excellent event for Koyuki. Look at this mount, same move that men perform on the pommel horse. Very original. Of course, that's what the judges are looking for all the time on this apparatus, as well as all the events. Sorry, Michael, she's very tiny, but she has a nice balance of flexibility and strength, and also you see the good difficulty in this routine.
And would the size or lack of it be an advantage or disadvantage in this event?
Well, I don't really think that there is an advantage on this apparatus. You just, of course, have to have incredible balance, and that all comes with hours and hours of training. She's taking just a little bit of time, but she's getting set for a very difficult acrobatic skill. Round off back handspring layout. Not bad, had to step forward on the landing, but that's the type of skill that you see them perform on floor exercise. Excellent double turn. Now that skill is just as difficult as the one she did before. Here's a dismount, round up, double twist, an excellent routine.
And full marks for the big smile, Koyuki Oka. That 16-year-old Leah Holman, you'll see whether there's a home court advantage for Leah Holman. She trains right here at Seneca.
Michael, this is an excellent event for Leah. Right off the top, that move that she does in her mount is named after her in the code of points, and it's called the Homa.
And it's easy to tell where it comes from.
Well, actually, the men use that move on the pommel horse, so the women like to steal some of these moves every once in a while.
6th at the '89 Nationals for Leah Holman.
That was a beautiful double turn, a very difficult move to do on the balance beam because the focus is so important. You can see her setting up for an acrobatic skill. Back handspring to a layout, very solid. Front handspring, you can see where this experience has really paid off. Leah has just returned from the World Cup in Brussels. Two switch leaps in a row in a combination. That's an element that the judges are looking for. Gainer back layout. You know, she's not lacking difficulty at all.
That was very nice.
Again, setting up for another big move. Back handspring to a second back handspring to her dismount, a double tuck off the beam. Extremely difficult combination.
Beautiful performance by Leah Holman. You can tell that the crowd really likes it for home court advantage, Leah Holman. This is a big event, and it takes a lot of people to make it work. You know, what are these little kids doing?
Well, actually, this is the highlight of their careers, I'm sure. This is a chance for them. Some of them very young, up-and-coming gymnasts, and they have a chance to see some of the country's best.
Did you ever do it?
Actually, I did, and I was thrown right into the competition. Most of these athletes have started the sport at age 7 or some even earlier, but it's a young people's sport. You're peaking at age 14 and 15, and sometimes they say you're over the hill at 17. That's why I'm so pleased to see Jennifer still in there.
She's a powerful competitor. Clearly, strength is her biggest asset. Would that mean that the beam probably wouldn't be her forte?
Well, she'll do some dynamic elements, no question about it, on the balance beam, but her forte is the vaulting and floor exercise. But as I said, for an all-around athlete, to be a strong all-around athlete, you have to excel in all 4 disciplines.
So this is Jennifer Wood from Edmonton, living in Calgary, training in Calgary, 18 years of age, on the beam.
Well, that's a really tough mount. It's a round-off back handspring onto the beam. You can see just a slight waver, not a big deduction. Excellent jump combination. And what we should really be keying into on this event is elements that will involve flight, and Jennifer's getting set to do one of her big elements of this routine. A back handspring to a layout, very well done. Another big element, aerial front in a tuck position to an immediate jump. That's an example of a gymnastic series where she combined a gymnastic move and a jump element.
I guess the judges like that as well.
The girls are always trying to show originality on the balance beam, and they have to work down low and also up high. So there's a lot of things that the judges are really looking for. And she's taking just a little bit extra time getting set for a dismount, but it is a difficult one. Round up onto the beam, double back off. Very well done, a nice beam set.
Well, the wait was worth it for the dismount for Jennifer Wood from Edmonton. This is a great chance this weekend to see many of the current stars in women's gymnastics. But one of the things that I love about it is the fact that it's a chance to look into the future as well.
You're right, Michael. You know, this competition is not restricted to our senior athletes. In fact, it's a great opportunity for those juniors to shine through. These girls are only 10, 11, and 12 years old. This is a chance for them to show their stuff because they're carrying on with the tradition of Canadian gymnastics.
Each time I see a little girl of 5 or 6 or 7, I can't resist a joyous urge to smile and say thank heaven for little girls. For little girls get bigger every day. Thank heaven for little girls. They grow up in the most delightful way. Those little eyes so helpless and appealing, one day will flash and send you crashing through the ceiling. Thank heaven for little girls. Thank heaven for them all, no matter where, no matter who. Without them, what would little boys do? Thank heaven for little girls.
Welcome back to Seneca College in Elite Canada 90. Here's a real strong vaulter, Natasha Hallett, 16 years old from St. John, New Brunswick, and she trains in Montreal.
Natasha's going to be performing that Yurchenko vault, the round-off back handspring approach. And, you know, the luxury of this vault is that it's very dynamic and allows for a lot more distance off the horse. Good power, actually not a bad vault, just a little bit of a step on the landing.
But other than that, it was very nice. Natasha Hallett, vault number 1. Here's vault number 2 for Janet Moore. Excuse me, Natasha Hallett.
Oh, much better vault, clean, good height, good distance from the horse. Score should go up.
So she'll unquestionably choose vault number 2. Very nice, Natasha Hallett.